October 19th, 9:42 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier.
Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking.
Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please.
You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it.
Something overlooked?
You have to find something, Phoenix, today. Is that or lose the trial?
This isn't gonna be easy. October 19th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
Unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I still think there's a possibility it was someone from the meeting, because just because the head fell over at 2:15 doesn't mean that they didn't leave before then.
I wonder if it'll be that producer.
Prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. That director.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can you get? You don't know me. I'm the director. I'd make this deal, samurai noob. Oh, I fell.
Salmonella. I'm a director. Television.
Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix. I start by picking his testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it.
Right.
She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure.
Okay. The day of the murder.
I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
Time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. According to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Any of that important. I'm gonna just press him on everything to start things off. That's a good strategy. Is that when you always come into work? Oh no. I come in all sort of hours. It's the industry way. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know about the freaks in your industry. Still, FWIW. For what it's worth, maybe? I don't know what FWIW is. I'm gonna say for what it's worth. I was pretty busy all day. Tell us more about that. In the employee area. That's right. There was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through?
Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. LOL. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. Certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us four. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Alright, that's the limp. Which of course led to me missing my lunch. ROFS. What? I don't know what ROFS stands for. Sorry for all the creaks. I had to adjust my chair. FS rolling on the floor starving? Everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak. The assistant cooks them up. Think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. So in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. Could you believe it? That must have been tough. Wait, how did he have to skip lunch but nobody else did? Who was in the meeting? Phoenix. Yeah? Isn't something about that seem odd to you? Yeah, it does seem odd though that you mentioned it. Mr. Manila. What did you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat, after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, this assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later. Really, a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during the meeting. Ooh. I wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. I took a break in the meeting. That contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. What were you discussing? A Steel Samurai's story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it? Actually, I kinda can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting. During the meeting, well... I'm not reading that part back. He didn't take a single break. Well... Yeah, out of 1. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you just contradicted yourself. Did you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during your break? Oops, ROFL. Well? Mr. Manila, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. They took a break that one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please. Uh-oh, Edgeworth is laughing. Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, RFL. It was only 15 minutes. 15. It's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1. LOL. Only enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
The break. The break. It was only 15 minutes. What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh, right. The other one was Diva's. Sorry. D. Vasquez's plate. D. Vasquez, the producer. Eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat. Why is that? That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, you guys. We... I have to say, you look like a guy who gets through his meals pretty fast. Well, I was facing a cold, slightly chewy T-bone steak. And I have to take my time eating that kind of food. Lol. Well, Phoenix, that testimony was too strong to wring any kind of useful information out of. What you do is prove that he was able to go to Studio 1 at that time. Great. Is that all? Let's see. Time to take the break. It goes from 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30. The time of death. Could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. Guess it's possible time-wise. Yeah, I've already done this one that we're doing for 15 minutes. T-bone steak, 2 plates, 8 baskets. Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. People in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright. Surely you aren't suggesting that one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright? Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. You claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? If I agree to let everyone in the trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, the murder is certainly a possibility. Suppose you might say that. I've got the judge thinking now. Test. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point, Edgeworth? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. Court record? Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4 o'clock, the path between the studios was blocked. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. Whoa, you're right. True, the break in the trailer means he came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. Somehow, I feel no desire to correct him. No counter-argument, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round. I believe you have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. It found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. That's coding, isn't it? Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
Eyewitness saw the very moment when the steel samurai skewered the victim.
Order. I will have order. I see. Court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. October 19th, 11:04 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
What do we do now, Mia? Everyone in that trailer has an alibi. Sorry, Phoenix. Guess I was wrong. Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. And one thing became clear during your cross-examination. People in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is.
Oh. What's going to happen to me? Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it.
Those sleeping pills have to do something. They haven't had anything yet.
Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. I wonder if somebody actually got him with sleeping pills while they were all eating. As a sort of trap. You are the Steel Samurai. Hero to children everywhere, after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it.
October 19th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 4. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Prosecution has a consent. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense may cause unnecessary trauma with this cruel question. I see it's worth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackett to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on.
Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
The witness state his name and grade in school. Witness. What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackett. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, I mean Cody. Having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present. You were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just... I prefer bearded gentlemen. Long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. And so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. I don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. Better make a note of it in the court record.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so the old lady couldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
It is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly.
You really like the Steel Samurai, huh?
Of course I do. I've taped every show, and I go to all the live performances.
That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park?
Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Poor dad.
That was the day or was that day the first time you'd been to the studio?
Actually, I've been a couple of times. Never managed to get there on a rehearsal day. That security lady's always yelling.
Right. Please continue.
Chill, Pops, I'm getting to it. I'm supposed to talk like you're cutting me off all the time. Jeez.
It was off the path so old lady wouldn't catch me. Off the path.
Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was.
Let's see.
Anyhow, I was going for the studio.
I wonder if somebody else could have used the woods to get there. Just saying. Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio?
Unusual?
Did you see this monkey by any chance?
Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey?
Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted. He went straight to the studio.
I kinda lost on the way though for about 30 minutes.
Got lost in the woods.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai.
The Steel Samurai?
Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside.
Let's see. What then?
Totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy.
What sort of bad guy was it?
A guy. A person. Kinda tall, skinny.
Are you sure it was a guy?
I don't know. He was kinda far away.
You're being awfully vague.
It was the Steel Samurai. Took him down. Pow!
What happened to the bad guy?
Huh? Well, he kinda didn't move. Not a bit. Like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor.
Yeah, I suppose he was.
Had my camera with me, it would have been a time for a shot, I tell you.
If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then?
No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time.
Really? Guessing the killing freaked him out and he went home.
Phoenix. Remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm.
Easy for you to say. really sure what I'm supposed to be pointing out here, honestly. Let's try his camera. Cody, what you just said seems a little strange. Didn't you say that before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You're quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Uh-oh. Is it putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's a digital camera, Your Honor. Kind of a new sort of camera. Keep in mind, the game came out in 2001, so if digital cameras were newfangled at the time. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney, no one should lie in court. What do you mean, or prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody?
What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that?
So you did have a camera. Did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. What I saw.
Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules.
Oh, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Oh, I thought there would be like a picture in there. Damn it. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't turn away, not even once.
No.
Okay, then tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham!
So the bad guy attacked him first?
Yeah.
What sort of person was this bad guy?
I told you, a person. He was a person.
How was he dressed?
I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
I see. And what happened next?
Then the bad guy stopped moving.
Why?
Huh? What do you mean, why?
Why wasn't the bad guy moving?
Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice.
And how exactly did he do that?
How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap, something like that.
Still being vague about this.
What? Don't give me that look, Pops.
Should I play this? Cody.
What?
Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action.
Yeah? So what?
That you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap.
My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow.
Order, order. Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how you might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
Put this. He says he takes a picture of the climax of every one, right? But he'd probably be taking a picture, right? Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? Here's my proof.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too.
Ah! Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye.
What's your problem, Pops?
You gotta think we're picking on little kids. Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture.
Right.
Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. That was because you wanted to take a picture. Having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right, Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well. Cody? Can you please tell us about your camera, and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid. No photo. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. I just skipped the clutches of the villains. I held up my camera to take a picture. Lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yup. That seems suspicious. That's all? Yeah, I told you, I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? I definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow! This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
Took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
Probably in here. Cody.
What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day.
Huh? Oh, right.
What was it you told me then? So you go to every live performance and you always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow?
I got 'em all, never missed one. Perfect collection.
Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory, a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary. I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No way. No way.
Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. What a truth it is.
Yeah, are we sure about this? Did he actually...
Yes. Pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? Blurry. Erased them by mistake. Steel Samurai didn't win? I honestly don't know where they're going with this, but I want to think of one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth, the bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai.
No way. No. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever.
And I guess that would make sense with how he always says Steel Samurai always wins all the time. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. Same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Order. I will have order. Witness, I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right?
Okay. You're right.
The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Order. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. That according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Was no victim. Man. Hammer was the victim is what we already know. There was no victim, doesn't make any sense. Because somebody's dead. I'm gonna say Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Oh, because there was no blood marks on the ground where the body was found. And because he was in the new costume. So he got put into the new costume and placed there. Right? Before everybody noticed. Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. That's why there's no bloodstains on the ground, is because that's not where he died or how he died. At least not like, not exactly. Somebody had messed with the scene before it got discovered. The killer, presumably. So, the samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this photograph was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene we went through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? So everyone thought. But remember what Miss Solbach said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He had already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. And he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What? Show us, quick. No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that. No. Here, this is it. My Studio 2. Looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. Or, sorry, well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence we need to win this trial. What? Your Honor. May I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. An inconsistency in the photo. Your Honor, look at this. I see. A gate? I had to draw your attention to the number on that gate. Number? Yes. Yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible! Eh? What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here at Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Here at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. In actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed the murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss Steve Vasquez were outside eating a steak. They were at the scene of the crime. Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume, then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting that he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. I can't say I don't have proof, because that means I lose, right? I have proof. You do? You do, Mr. Wright? I'm just so surprised I'm suddenly much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. Maybe these? That's the only thing I can think of. It's proof that he was asleep, sort of. This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills. It doesn't say, like, melatonin or, you know, like, trazodone or anything like that. It straight up just says sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. An idea? Very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle given to the judge. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him, and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. It's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. October 19th, 2:47 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Phew, that was a close one. You were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial.
Me too.
Really? You both seem so confident.
Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there.
Me too.
Dead?
Oh, of course, we're kidding.
Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding.
Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks. To be continued. So thank you, everybody, for watching this next chapter of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.